A pretty nice day, pretty good weather and all that. Hello there, damn. Oh, there we go. A little tired here, but so let's get into the flag now. I was, connecting all the dots that Hitler was a good Roman Catholic, and many of the, you have huge amount of Roman Catholics, it seems. And connecting the dots in regards of the Reich Concordant, in regards of 1933, with Germany and the Vatican. You have the Vatican red lines where the Nazis was, where they helped the Nazis escape to, for example, Argentina in South America. And, you can do a lot of research for yourself in regards to this. There's a lot of material out there. Looking at the symbols as well in regards of the Nazism and the swastika and all these things, and connecting it back to, the Hall of Revelation mystery, Babylon the Great, she who controls the kings of the earth. Every road leads back to Rome, as the Protestants knew, and the Antichrist, the man of 666, which is called by the world the Pope, or his so-called holiness, or what is it called, or so-called Holy Father and all that. But as Christians, we are only to go to Jesus Christ and his Father. We only have one Father, and he is in heaven. He's not in the chair of Satan down in Rome, and having been given the dominion and authority from Satan to rule the world. Now, of course, that's only for a time, because he will be destroyed. The office of the papacy will be destroyed in the future. Now, so connecting all the dots that Hitler was a good Catholic, and remembering back in regards of Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, that when you begin the huge thing in regards of the Holocaust, it starts out giving the blame for the Holocaust. Maybe I should actually put my turn it around here. So let's see here. So the thing is, when you start the exposition or whatever it's called in Jerusalem in regards of Yad Vashem, which is the Holocaust Museum, which is free. You can go there for free. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. It was like 12 hours. If you want to, have sound in the ears for extra thing, it's like, I think it was like 12 hours or something like that. Anyway, I used to, I think I used 4 days or something like that at the place. It's a gigantic place in some sense. Now, some of the days I came too late, so I only was there a couple of hours and all that. But 4 of the days I think I was there. Any case, and it might be interesting to go there again if I ever come by. But in any case, in the beginning, they blame the Christians for the Holocaust. Now, of course, blaming the Christians is, it's not really, they don't divide Romanism and Christianity. And that seems to be a big problem for, you see a lot. When you read in regards to Christianity and Christian this and Christian that, you have to be careful, because Roman Catholics, are considered Christian and considers themselves Christian and blah, and then it's all the mess. You see, for example, this video by a Roman Catholic that is trying to defend in regards of Hitler and all that, and he starts out, Hitler was what is it called, a baptized Catholic, and when he died, he was in good standing with the church still, and so forward. And but then he tries to flip it around, like, but was he a good Christian? But that was never the issue, because he's not a Christian, he's a Roman Catholic. But you see how they try to flip things around and all that. There was never a problem in regards to was Hitler a Catholic? Sorry, a Christian. The issue was he a Roman Catholic? And yes, he was a Roman Catholic. He was a good Roman Catholic. So there's a huge smokescreen out there to try to distort us away from this. Now, anyway. In regards to the flag, we have a lot of information in regards to a lot of pinpoints here and there. For example, I think it's the dictator from Spain or something, where you see the quote after Hitler dies and he's talking about a child of the Roman Church or something like that. Have the quote somewhere and you can go look for yourself on there. There's information is out there. But you see all these pinpointers here and there and all that, and it's like, someone must be lying to us, because, it seems like, and then you're getting censored, and the information is getting, closed down and all that. It's horrible, I thought we had free speech. Not really. Anyway, so. Looking in regards to these symbols and all that, I'm thinking, okay, Hitler, Roman Catholic and all that, and I'm looking at the Nazi flag. And I'm thinking back in regards of, doing some studies, in regards to Roman Catholicism and the Eucharist, that they believe that this round cookie or wafer becomes the literal body, blood and soul and flesh of Jesus Christ. And you're allowed to worship it and bow down before it and all that. It's abomination. It's totally abomination. And that was some of the things that the Protestants was against. And of course, people was burned at the stake for not believing that. He probably. Okay, great. I was censored on Facebook on some of these in regards of the butlers of Hitler. So I guess he probably. I lost. Where was I in regards of? I lost it. Sorry about that. Going back, what was it? I guess in regards of symbols or something like that. Oh yeah, the Eucharist. Oh yeah. So if you look on the Eucharist and the Catholic abomination in regards of the cookie Jesus, this false cookie Jesus, insanity, in any case, so when Catholics talks about Jesus, they talk about the continual continual sacrifice of Yeshua, which they do in their whorehouses. That's what they are talking about when they talk about Jesus. Oh yeah, Jesus and this and that and all that. But they don't see him as making one sacrifice once and for all, do they? No. They have this continual sacrifice of Yeshua, they say it's Yeshua or Jesus, in this cookie, this round cookie formed like the sun, like the solar disk. Oh, come on. This miss. It's an alarm clock. Okay. Anyway, so if you look at they have this round disc and all that, and sometimes they have a big round apparently, And as the priest, because the priest apparently has this power, hocus pocus power, to make this cookie, this unleavened bread, into the body and flesh and sinews and bones of the divine. It's totally insane. Mystery Babylon the Great and all her abominations. Anyway. So apparently when he lifts this thing, and of course the Catholics must know more about these things, and I'm not a Catholic and all that, but as I understand it, because the reformers, which, the Reformation failed and became a protest, because the Roman Catholic system, demonic system, couldn't be changed. It was wicked to the core, and it has its nature in regards of prophecy. It has been prophesied in scripture. In regards of the nature, it won't change its nature. It's still the same abominable system, this great whore of Revelation. And by the way, the fourth beast, which is the last beast, is Roman in nature. It's the little horn. It is on the Roman beast. Anyway, that's the beast that is going to be cast into the fire when Yeshua returns. And now, of course, we know the beast is going to be cast in the fire in regards to the book of Revelation and all that. So, you can make it's just reading both of them and connecting the lines and all that and growing in the Bible. Anyway, the beast of the number 666, the man of the number 666. Yeah, the Antichrist, the so-called Pope, the big bad wolf, in sheep clothing. Anyway, getting back to it. So the Protestants was talking about this in regards of when you lived, and they, there was some conflicts on this, because when you lift the cookie, apparently, that's apparently symbolizes or is the thing in regards of the sacrifice. This cookie sacrifice. They just give me a break. Anyway, so, but again, the Catholics, Romanists, the Papists, they should know more about these things, but it's not biblical. Yes, they don't even break the bread. That's the whole idea. You take the bread and break it because his body was broken once and for all. It's not that difficult, but yeah. Satan has his ways. He's very smart and, tricky fellow to deceive us and all that. But anyway, okay. So apparently when they left this, let's see if we can actually, maybe he was responding, because I was censored on Facebook in regards of some things in regards of Nazism. Because I remember, hearing or reading a story from a Jew. I can't remember listening or hearing in regards of this Jew in regards of seeing this thing on the Germans in regards of God mit uns, God is God is with us or something like that. Or let's see if we can find, that was a translation of it. God mit uns. Let's see here if we have one of the translations here. But this is a belt buckler of the Nazis, and of course it just makes one more point in regards of this was a movement of Romanism, and you have the sun symbol in the middle, and we'll get to that anyway. So let's see here if we have the translation here. No, that was not the image. Yeah, I took some different images from the internet, but after I posted it, I was apparently censored. But Facebook didn't really say what it actually had censored. And there we have Hitler over there in regards of now where is there should be a picture where I have like God is with us, God with us, God with us. Where is it? I guess. Oh, I can just use the computer here. That might be better. Good mit uns. Good mit uns. Okay, we have good mit uns in English. There we go. Let's see here. Good mit uns. God is with us. Where is it? Apparently it's a little difficult for me at the moment. That's weird. Where is it? Let's see. Google Translate. Let's get it. Google Translate. Of course, this is something you can do for yourself. My brain is not, Google Translate. Let's see here. We could probably, I think I actually have it on my, let's see here. Doopy. I'll just put it in there, and God mit me. Yes. And, had some form here, German to English, and we'll just write what it says on the buckle bedler. God und, or was it good und what und mit uns, yeah, mit uns. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if it's God with us. Yeah, yep, God with us. I think it's like in regards to the $1 bill as well, have God with us and all that. Of course, God could be many, God, who is God, is it Jehovah, is it Yeshua, who are we talking to, or is it in regards of the solar God, Sol Invictus, the pagan unconquerable sun god and all that. Anyway, We'll get to that. So there was like a Bible Belt, and just remember, listening to a Jew in regards to this, and you connect the dots and all that. I thought it's a very interesting, in regards of Hitler being a good Catholic and his, the Nazis. It's just. You can find so much information here and there. It's like huge smoke screen. We have the red lines of the Vatican where Nazis was helped flee. In regard, for example, to go to Argentina. We have the Reichskonkordant in 1933. And of course, we have the information of Hitler, where his father and mother is Catholics. He was a Catholic. He was in good standing when he died and all that. And that was in regards to the video from a Catholic. Actually, he's trying to he's actually saying, yeah, that's true, and this is true, and that is true. But was Hitler really a Christian? Well, yeah, he was a Catholic, but was he really he's trying to. It's just. Hey, just. Yeah, I'm so tired of it. Any case. So getting back to it, so I'm looking in regards to the flag and regards of the mass and all that, and the priest, apparently they need to have a priest because it's the priest that makes God, apparently. It's just so insane. Anyway, it's just there flies the sanity. So anyway, so they think they eat God, apparently. They are apparently allowed to bow before him, bow before this cookie and worship this cookie and all that, which they apparently sees as Jesus. It's symbolic. It's symbolic that his bread was to be broken and his wine was to pour out for the sins of the world once and for all, not in a perpetual, continual sacrifice, which they do in the Catholic whorehouses. Now, of course, the Jews seems to be in regards to like Yad Vashem, that the Jews give the fault for the Holocaust in regards to the Christians, but again, they don't divide in regards to Roman Catholics and Christianity. It's very sad. So they get angry at all the Christians in regards of the Holocaust, and in regards of the persecution that has happened to the Jews and all that, and it's so sad. In any case, going back to that, you have the mass and all that, and they have seen sources where they're trying to push this. In regards to this, it's very important for them apparently. And again, people was burned on the stake for rejecting this cookie. This is a very serious thing, So, any case, the whore is drunken by the blood of the saints, right? Yeah. So who's the drunken whore? Well, that's Rome, the great city of mystery, Babylon the Great, and who is riding the beast of the number 666. So anyway, so she's riding on the beast and all that, and so who is in the lead in regards of Romanism? We have the white Pope, so-called Pope, the Antichrist. Now, anyway, we shouldn't get into too much of that, but the mass and all that, and all the abominations where they bow down before. It doesn't even matter if it's actually Romanism or Orthodoxy. They both bow down, but the Catholics they bow down before cookies. This round cookie where they put it in the monstrance. We can actually find it like on the go, I guess, if we go on Google. So anyway, the Catholics have this problem with the cookie Jesus. The Orthodox have the problems, if you take it all, it's like they have problems with images, statues, icons, as they call these images which have been sanctified or whatever, and they believe that the Holy Spirit is now in the image. It's just abomination. Anyway, so, and then we have the cookie Jesus as well, and the praying of Mary and all that. She is She is Jesus' mother, so we should, you should have rather go to her than to Jesus. And then, as a woman, she is much sweeter and blah, 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 blah. Just give me a break. So where do you see that in the Bible? Well, nowhere. Of course, you can distort things and all that. But Yeshua said, there's only one way to the Father. It's not through Mary. It's not through all these different saints and all that, whatever they. It's through Jesus Christ, and only Jesus. Only one way to the Father is through the Son. You don't go to Mary or anyone else, but Mary seems to be the what is called the guardian of the Catholic Church and whatever, the mother of the Catholic Church. Satan has his way of deceiving people, and it's like, so just saw this woman Catholic, and she's like, and she's, yeah, we worship Mary. But you don't, and that's a problem. And you have one of the videos and all that, and that, you don't know, you shouldn't worship Mary. It's just insane. But of course they have this, that she was born without sin, and that he was an everlasting virgin, even if Joseph had sex with with Mary after Jesus was born. But just distort the scripture, right? And of course then they say that she was bodily taken to heaven, and she's now the queen of heaven. It's the same thing with the Mohammedans, They believe the same abominations about this, and of course, but that's another topic. Some believe that Mohammedanism was actually created by Rome. There's a lot of things that, But in any case, that's not the topic. Let's just see. So we have the Eucharist, we have the host, or they call it the host or victim, and put in, what's it called? They sometimes put this cookie in... this wafer, they put it in what was it called? Sun rays. It just looks like sun rays around it. Monstrance. That was the monstrance. And then they walk around with it. And actually, just all these things that are, seeing some of and they're walking. These Catholics are walking around this cookie. Just give me a break. They're really doing these things. Yeah, there we go. Hey, there we go. There we have the cookie Jesus, What abomination. What filthy abomination. And they say it's God. It's just insanity. It's just demonic insanity. Now you can look this up for yourself, but so they raise this cookie, and the priest apparently makes, he has the power, the great, awesome power of the hocus pocus thing, and making the cookie into the literal body, blood, and flesh and sinews of Jesus Christ and the divinity of, so they make God apparently. It's just insane. Anyway, so here we have, and sometimes you can also, if you research, you can sometimes find a big cookie. Oh yeah. Any case, so they put it in this monstrance that looks like a sun and all that. There's variations in regards to these monstrances, but pretty much if you get all the, you have all these pointers in regards of sun worship. What is Christ Mass? Well, Christ Mass is being sent in the television in regards of Christ Mass, in regards of the Mass of the Roman Catholic Church. That's going back to Sol Invictus, the birth of the sun god Sol Invictus, the pagan unconquerable sun god. Woo! Whee! So anyway, you get all these pointers in regards of sun worship, and begins to, and then you of course have Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week, and Sunday is in regards to the venerated day of what? Sol Invictus, the unconquerable sun god. That's the first day of the week. What did God say? Which day should we keep according to his word? Well, the last day, not the first day. Anyway, it's the mark of Rome that they think, to show that they have the authority, or think to have the authority to change the laws of God. which of course they don't, but they think apparently, and that of course agrees in regards of the little horn in Daniel that thinks to change times and laws. Has Rome changed times and laws? Oh yeah! History records down through the ages that, yep, look to Rome. And then we have a sun calendar as well, right? Let's see here. The Roman, Julian, Gregorian, pagan, satanic sun calendar, right? Popish calendar, you know, in regards of, yeah, all these. Anyway, so you have the sun thing again, you know, in regards of... So we have, you know, it's always Sunday, 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 Sunday. But let's not get all tracked off and all that. But you know, you just get into this thing. It's like, wow, do they really believe that? Yeah, they really. But you know, you should see what you know. I wouldn't actually recommend it, but you know, I went to one of these whorehouses, and yeah, I didn't think they actually do these things. I'm like, you know, I'm hearing these things and all that. You know, what did I see? Well, people making the upside cross and buying the before idols and images and many other things. It was like total horror, you know. I wanted to flee out of that whorehouse immediately when I came in there, but I just had to see it with my own eyes. And these things are actually going on. It's so demonic. It's just outrageous. So anyway, so knowing that the Romanists have a great focus on this cookie Jesus, and again, that's the thing, when you talk to a Roman Catholic, they can talk about Jesus. But the thing is, they have in their memory, they're thinking about cookie Jesus and Mary and all the, you know, abominations, you know. But they don't think he was sacrificed once and for all. They're still continuing the sacrifice, and by man-made decree, they are to be collected into the Christ Mass, you know, the Mass on in regards to Christ Mass, which we call Yule in Denmark because it has pagan roots. No surprise there. Would that be a surprise that it's actually going back to paganism? No, I don't think so. Anyway, so when you begin to see that, you know, Roman Catholicism is just, you know, sun worship clothed in a facade of Christianity, and then look, you know, and connect the dots in regards of Hitler and him being a good Roman Catholic, and then look on the flag of the Nazis. You know, I know they will say this means this and that, but, you know, they might tell people something and it might actually be something else. So let's just go along. You know, okay, Romanism, sun cookie, so let's see here, Nazi flag. Let's maybe, you know, let's take some of the symbolic, you know, in regards of all these things. So in my occult days, and you know, this is something one can just look up and all that. There is this swastika in the middle, and one of the sources actually said that Hitler got the swastikas from a Catholic church, you know. And it wouldn't actually be a surprise, I guess. But anyway, everything leads to Rome, right? And Hitler was a good Catholic boy, in good standing with the church until his death. Well, at least they, you know, when they say he died, you know, some believe that he was actually helped to flee to Argentina. Anyway, I don't know, but it doesn't really, I guess it, of course, truth always matters, but in any case, that's not the, any case, even if he did flee, apparently he would then be dead now, anyway, so, but anyway, we know for certain that a lot of Nazis fled to other places like Argentina, Catholic nations. Yeah, you have to wonder how they could, why would they flee to like Argentina, which is a Catholic country, you know, Latin America. Anyway, so we have the Nazi flag here, and you see it on many, you know, pictures and all that, where it, you know, they have it hanging and so forward. And did we actually, maybe we should take a picture of the Eucharist as well, you know. Let's see here. So we go to the Eucharist. So what does the I'm not, I'm not a former Catholic, so I don't have all the, those coming out of the Catholic Church knows a lot of, a lot. But you can, the Protestants was former Catholics, so they knew a lot of the things. So when you go back to the Protestants, the things are still pretty much valid today. The Roman Church haven't changed the doctrine. Oh, there we go. We also have the IHS. Some believe it's also goes back to pagan. And I don't know about that. I haven't been able to verify that but it wouldn't be a surprise in regards to the pagan sun worship. We're talking about the Antichrist having an Egyptian erect penis in his front yard. An idol penis in his front yard. Just out in St. Peter Square, there stands this phallus, I think it's called. Well, you can look that up as well, of course, we could. This is an erect penis, Egyptian erect penis. How can, and it seems also to, in regards of having something in regards of sun worship and all that, it's still hard, a little, the thoughts are not always easy but it, again, wouldn't be a surprise in regards of knowing, it's a mystery, right? Mystery Babylon the Great, right? Anyway, don't go back to Egypt. And then the so-called Protestants in our days, because of the ecumenical movement and the Jesuits and all that, are going back to the Antichrist, under the wings of the Antichrist and the man of the number 666, who has an Egyptian phallus in his front yard. Don't go back to Rome. Yet they go back to the guy with, a huge, gigantic Egyptian idol erect penis in his front yard. Hey, it's insanity. Anyway, so some believe the AIS, in the back stand for Isis, Horus, and Set or something like that. In any case, I can't but in any case, we have this cookie Jesus. The thing is, just read the Bible. It's symbolic. They don't even break the cookie, They just stand there and make this is the body of Jesus. Hey, nom, nom, nom. That's, the Yeshua broke the bread because his body was to be broken. It was symbolic. Hey, it was a, some sense prophecy when he did it because it hadn't been done, He gave them the wine and said, drink, this is my wine, it was because his blood has to be poured out for the sins of the world. Symbolic. We do it in regards of remember what he did. We break the bread, having the daily bread, then break the bread, drink the wine, when we are, with other Christians and all that, is to remember what he did for us once and for all. Once and for all. It's not a perpetual, continual sacrifice. It's once and for all. Anyway, he did it one time. He died for the sins of the world. He took the sins upon the tree. He was cursed. He was in the grave 3 days and 3 nights, and he was resurrected, and he's now in the heaven with his Father. And he's going to come back, and he's going to cast this filthy beast into the lake of fire. So anyway, so here we have a lot of these, it's a round cookie, right? Looks like the sun, doesn't it? Looking and, when you go into the material and all that, and it's like, okay, yep. Okay, so let's, so it's round, right? It's round. And it's like, anyway, so let's go back to the Nazi flag, right? It's round, isn't it? It's round, it's wide, okay. So, thinking about sun worship in regards of Catholicism, knowing that Hitler was a good Catholic, and we have things going, Rome, was just in the shades behind the things, pushing for all this. So anyway, they play that political game. They're very good at it, have done it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Anyway, so we have a round thing here, right? Look, and you have the cookie victim host, whatever, of the Catholics, the cookie Jesus and wafer God, false Yeshua, false version of Yeshua. So it's very demonic, think about it, it's leading, so many people astray. And that was the thing in regards to the Protestants that protested. People don't, why was they called Protestants? Because they protested this very system. Anyway, so I'm looking at this. Okay, so what do we have in the middle of this flag? We have a symbol. What does this flag symbolizes? Goes back to sun worship, representing the sun. So we have a sun symbol in the middle of the cookie on this flag. Think about it. If Hitler was a good Catholic, he would know about the Eucharist and all these filthy things and all that. So, okay, so we have a cookie, we have a sun image in the middle, and then we have red around it. Now, I was thinking, I'm just trying to, going by all, the symbolic. That might not be what they say. It's actually the meaning of the flag. But again, so you have red on the flag. What could red represent? Besides what they, of course, say it's, but what could red, if you're thinking in regards of these satanic ideas and Romanism and all that, well, and the Eucharist in regards of this, where they sacrifice where they think to sacrifice God all over again for the sins of the dead and the living. And of course, you can pay the church for, so in regards of purgatory and all that, so they will have lessons. Time is a good money business. It's money, making money out of, Was that what Yeshua came for? Hey, you need to give me money to get to, to have everlasting life. No, it wasn't what, it wasn't what he said, Anyway, was like freely give, freely you have been freely you have been given, freely give, or something. I don't put, money in your bags and all that. Anyway, so we have a flag that is red, with a cookie in the middle with a sun worship, in the cookie itself, and when, just looks like a sun being put in the, the sunburst in regards to the monstrance. And what could red then symbolize if we look in those terms? Well, in regards of a sacrifice, right? Maybe in regards of the Catholic Eucharist? I don't know, but it seems pretty, it's just jumping out at you in some sense, I was like, when I did the research of the Catholic cookie and all that, and of course, reading, because it was in regards, there was a lot of the debate going on in regards of it. Luther didn't shake this false doctrine off, and he was sitting there, this is my bread. This is my body. This is my body. This is my body. And he said in regards of Zwingli, and so this was something that they couldn't. And the Augsburg Confession also have this doctrine and all that. It's a false doctrine. But Luther apparently, he one have to be careful, because Luther did some, He did witness in regards to where the Antichrist was, and that Romanism was an institution of the devil, or the papacy was an institution of the devil. You can take like this, for example, this in regards of Martin Luther, and it has the book. It has the. I don't know if you can actually read that. Nah, probably not. Maybe I can actually. I have it, of course, on my phone as well. But anyway, it says, what does it actually say? It's really hard. It says, against the Roman papacy, an institution of the devil. And this was written 1545 by Martin Luther. You think, it's 100, around 100 pages or nearly 100 pages about this system. But anyway, so what did Luther believe about the system? I think he was pretty much correct, but that doesn't mean that, he still had a lot of issues, sadly. And there's a lot of things going on in regards to the Reformation and all that, and but in regards of the papacy and all that, I think he's pretty much outspoken and pretty correctly on that. Spot on. The papacy is the institution of the devil, and the last misfortune on this earth, in some sense, because it will continue until Yeshua returns and destroys it. Anyway, they set themselves, or the so-called Pope sets himself up as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and all the titles that God takes upon himself, that God is, that God has, he takes upon himself. He is the Pontifex Maximus, or Pontiff, the Roman Pontiff. He is the high pagan high priest of paganism. He's the king and priest of paganism, of heathendom, and apparently he also thinks himself to be the head of the whole of Christianity. Oh, what devilish work, And he thinks he can excommunicate and change the laws of God and so forward. And, just very sad, very demonic, by deceptive having a front of Christianity. A big bad wolf in sheep clothing. Anyway, so that's pretty much. So if you look in regards to the Eucharist, think about Hitler was a Catholic and all this, there's a lot of other things where it points to Roman Catholicism, in regards to the Mass, and knowing that the Catholics really, they really value this Mass, this cookie and all that. And just looking on the flag, you have the cookie, you have the sun symbol, you have blood in regards of a sacrifice. Now, of course, in regards to the Eucharist, it's said to be an unbloody sacrifice, but still a sacrifice. So, looking at the flag with the eyes of, Mystery Babylon and all this and all that, it just, it just seems to, jump out to me that it's just the Catholic cookie in regards of sun worship. Okay, let's see if we can find some evidence in regards of the symbol. But, I remember in regards to the symbol, researching about it when I was in the occult in my past before I became a Christian. And just, when you have these pictures of Hitler and you have these symbols, like, oh, wow, why didn't I see it? It's just, just in front of our noses. And of course they have, you have all these Roman, of course it's a Roman system that can, but you have the Roman eagle, you have all these Roman symbols and knighthoods and all that. Just, it's just Romanism. Let's see, what was it? Okay, yeah, let's see here. Swastika, sun symbol. Let's see if we can find maybe Wikipedia. That's used. That's, of course, one shouldn't believe everything in regards of Wikipedia, but anyway, that's at least one of the sources. I guess let's see what this says, if we can find something in regards of swastika, sun symbol. The swastika was a symbol of the revolving sun. And it doesn't matter which way it actually is in directions, as I remember from my occult days. You see, either if it's one way or the other way, it's just in regards of this, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. It's still the same symbol. It was in regards of, let's see if I can remember it. It's in regards of, like the pagan sign of good and evil, where there's a little good in the evil and a little evil in the good, and what's it called? That symbol. So it doesn't really matter which direction it runs. I'm not. Oh, my information, my brain. Oh, it's not always easy with all these informations. Anyway, you can look into it yourself, but it doesn't. As far as I remember, it doesn't matter if it's one direction or the other direction. It still symbolizes the sun. And it wouldn't be a surprise if Hitler got this sign from a Catholic church. And putting it in there in the round cookie Jesus, because he would have known as a Catholic, he would have known, he would have been allowed to adore and worship this cookie and bow down before it and eat the cookie god and all that. So he would know about it. So would it be a surprise that, and you all have all these, have all these quotations in regards of, it's just been hidden from all of us in regards of, it's just been hidden from us. Of course, it might not have been. Probably might not have been that good for the Roman Catholic Church to get these. So maybe that's why it has been. It's like not nearly 100 years ago, and we don't know about these things. That was Roman Catholicism. You can find these different witnesses, and I'm sure things will, but it seems things are getting censored and removed on the internet about these things. It's just, I don't know, it's just very sad. Very, very sad. Anyway, it's just things, it's looking into in regards to the sign, and also actually in the America as well. You have America where you have symbols of Rome, and you have the Nazi Germany symbols of Rome, and it all leads back to Rome. And as far as I can see, America or the U.S. is being used as a sword in the hand of Rome. It's very sad because it was the Protestant that fled the Roman Catholic Church, and yet now it's being used to all these proxy wars of the Antichrist. And the Protestants are sending their children into these wars. And what was in regards of because of patriotism, or what is it called? I think what was it? One of the highest ranking Nazis that talk about that you just need to tell the people in regards to that that they lack patronage or patronage. I can't remember what it's called, and they will come to they knew how to manipulate people and all that. Very good at it and so forward. It's just and we the people are falling for it. Maybe because we don't read the Bible and study history and defend truth. Because when we don't defend truth, lies sweeps in and infiltrate and make it all nasty. And it goes really quickly. This is like a quick cancer or whatever you want to call it. And I was looking for, I remember in the past, I was looking for, Christians that hadn't been affected by Romanism. It's nearly impossible to find, because then you have and then Rome comes, and infiltrate and destroys and fix their wickedness into things, and very, very sad. That's history out there, but we are not being told. As you can find so much history on this, this wicked system, the Jesuits, working to get the Protestants back under the wings of the Antichrist. The man of 666. We don't know about it. There are people out on the internet and all that. Oh, could this guy be the man of the Antichrist? Or could this be the man of the Antichrist and all that? The Antichrist has been here with us for a long, 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 long time. The office and seat of the Antichrist is the papacy. He is the Roman Caesar, the emperor, the high pagan priest of paganism, the king of heathendom, and so forward. So, It's, the prophetic, historical, biblical Antichrist. Why don't you people know? Why don't you stand for the truth? Why are you running with lies? They will go to Catholic sources and begin to promote their wicked lies and deceptions. Say, it's not true. And, you are a hater of the Catholics and blah, blah. You're preaching hate and hate speech and this and that. Give me a break, And then you're getting censored. And you're not political correct. Who wants to be political correct? Who do you think is the highest political power on this earth? The Antichrist, the man of 666, the man in white. Oh, the sweet little guy, right? Or the sweet old guy, this. Oh boy, so sad. No. We will not bow in front of the Antichrist. We will not bow before his cookies. We will not bow before his idols. We will stand on the Bible. And by the way, in regards to the Bible, just be careful of Paul. Yeshua said an enemy would come and sow the bad seeds. He said we should be careful of wolves in sheep clothing. Now, what does a wolf in sheep clothing look like? Well, it looks like a sheep, right? But it's a wolf. It's a hungry wolf, a vicious, hungry wolf. And our Master warned us about these. So, if our Master warned us about wolves in sheep clothing, that the bad seeds, the poisonous darnel, would grow up with the good eatable wheat. Don't you think that would happen actually? It was a prophecy, wasn't it? Yeah. It's something that is ongoing. So we should expect in the world to see the good eatable seed and the poisonous darnel growing up together. They might look the same on the outer surface, but we should know them by their fruit. Anyway, all of you take care, read the Bible, study the Bible, when you make things your own and know things, well, Satan can't deceive you. When you read the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John in the New Testament about Yeshua, about Jesus, who he actually is, already there you have a great value, because now Satan can't come and say, oh, no, Yeshua, or Jesus, was an Egyptian mystic. No, he was a Indian guru. No, he was a druid from England. Oh, no, Jesus was just one of many enlightened people, like Muhammad and what is it called, Buddha, and who's whatever. Oh, he will say, oh, no, Jesus is just the literal son, and his apostles are, what was it, planets or something like that, whatever, Oh, they will say, no, Jesus is one of many ascended masters. And so forward and so forth, or they will say, that Jesus is only a prophet. Like the Mohammedans, or the Catholics that will, that Yeshua is a cookie. Now, so if you read the 4 books, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you begin, studying and all that, you have a great defense against the lies. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of lies out there. The market is overflown with lies and deceptions. And the only way you are going to stand against this is by studying, reading, and researching the Bible and the hidden history. Finding out what is actually going on in this wicked world. That's the thing. You have to find out, and you have to make it your own, and you have to use whatever you have been given by God. How so many? If you get one coin, use that one coin. If you have 5 coins, use those 5 coins. If you have 20 coins, use those 20 coins. But use them. Use them. Stand for truth as good as you can. There's so many lies and deceptions out there. So sometimes you fall into these things, and when you find out something is that you have been fooled by people that have lied and deceived you, then just turn away, just trash the things, and move forward, and grow and grow and grow and become more like Christ. That is the goal, right? As a Christian, we are called Christians because we should be disciples of Jesus Christ, or Yeshua HaMashiach. And as disciples of Yeshua HaMashiach, which, kept the law to perfection, we should try to become more like him, right? And we're not perfect, but we should strive to become more like him and stand for the truth. Because we have the spirit of truth in us, right? So we should speak truth, right? We should be with an honest heart. We should seek truth. We should stand for truth. And we should testify for the truth. Right? We don't have the spirit of error, do we? So if we find out that, we have been misled or something like that, just reject it, trash the things, move on, because, Satan is a very clever deceiver. Very, very clever deceiver. He's not stupid. He's very smart in regards of deceiving people. The Bible says that the devil that deceives the whole world. How is it in regards of the book of Revelation? Oh, let's see. Something like that. Let's see if we can just look it up so I'm not going to be mistakenly in regards of the devil deceived the whole world, Revelation. So let's see if we can find the place so I'm not... Oh yeah, here we go. It's just... let's take the King James. Yeah. So, and the great dragon was cast out, that's Satan, the old snake, the devil, the liar, the deceiver, the murderer, and so forward. Has many names. Oh, it says that serpent of old called the devil and Satan. So there we already go there. Who deceived the whole world. So what does Satan do? He deceives the whole world. Do you think he's stupid? He has, miracles and ways of, luring people away. Oh, I saw this vision. I saw Mary. I saw whatever, Oh, I felt this thing. I smelled this thing. Whatever, You don't think Satan have tricks up his sleeve? Anyway, so he was cast out onto the earth, and his angels or messengers were cast out with him. So we have this foe of lies and deceptions in the world. And how do you defeat deception? With the truth, right? So that's what we are called to stand for truth. Standing in regards, having the Holy Spirit in us by having the Father, having the Father and Son in us, by the Holy Spirit, being in Him who is the living God, the Son who is in the Father. It's just we should stand for truth, witness, and the Spirit witness in regards of who? In regards of Yeshua HaMashiach, in regards of Jesus Christ, Yeshua, the perfect, spotless, sinless Passover lamb, the living bread that came from the heavens, sent by his Father, that very bread that was broken, and his wine put out for the sins of the world, once and for all. And it's just getting tired. It's getting tired. Anyway, I just looked at in regards to this, and I thought it was interesting. And I thought it was very interesting. It's the sun symbol. It's in the cookie of the Catholics, and already in regards of knowing that the round cookie symbolizes the sun, as far as it's all sun worship. Mystery Babylon the Great. It's a mystery. It's a pagan mystery. Oh well. Anyway, you can, yeah, do your own research and all that. I could be wrong. I have been mistaken before, and I could be a wolf in sheep clothing. You have to find out about that, right? You have to do your own research and read the Bible. Read the Bible, people, and be careful of Paul. So, but read the Bible. Again, Yeshua said an enemy would come and sow the bad seeds, the bad tares, afterwards, which is Daniel. Be careful, people, Don't, if people are trying to lead you to the Pope, the so-called Pope, the Antichrist, this so-called holiness, this unholy faker, this guy, it's better to, I guess it's better to call him his fartiness than his holiness, because, his smelliness, we are told by Yeshua not to call anyone on earth Father. And what does the unholy faker do? He calls himself Holy Father. He's filled with dead man bones. It might look, beautiful on the outside, but he's filled with dead man bones. And if someone is trying to lead you to this guy under the wings of this system, flee, run, it's just read your Bible, find out what it says instead, Instead of, don't use time on all these computer games and, you people going out having fun and drinking and whoring and whatever sins that usually go along with that. Use your time on studying and reading the Bible. It's a great book, with books inside. It's a book with books inside. It's a collection of books. Find out what the truth is, And of course we have Christmas, which is not in the Bible. Easter is not in the Bible. That's a mistranslation in the King James Version in regards of Easter. But anyway, Easter goes back to paganism, goes back to Babylon. You have the Easter Gate, for example, you can look up in regards to Babylon. There's a lot of things going on there. You have the Sunday worship, which is the first day of the week and not the last day of the week. Which again, it goes back to Sol Invictus in regards to sun worship. You have a lot of sun worship. It has many different names. I think Mithra is one of the names of this sun god. I think we have some of the Egyptians as well, but something in regards of Apollo as well, and Apollyon, whatever. You can do your own. You can look it for yourself. And of course, a lexicon. You can always look up in a lexicon. It seems people have too hard actually opening a lexicon and looking into a lexicon. But there you can find out in regards to these traditions, where these traditions comes from. So it's in regards of Easter and Christmas and so forward. Just use a lexicon. Teaching the children about Satan Claus, which again, funny enough, or whatever you want to call it, has the colors of, when you see some of the popes where he wears red and white. And Satan Claus has red and white, and maybe there's a connection there as well. But of course, we're teaching our children these lies about Satan Claus or Santa Claus. Santa, what is it called actually? Santa Claus. I usually call him Satan Claus, But anyway, you know what I'm referring to. He's like a godlike, he knows everything about all the children who have been good and bad, and he's flying around this thing and all that, and it's lying to our children, lying and deceiving the children. And of course, then you see all the drinking in regards of this pagan tradition, the whoring, whatever, it's a huge, anyway, it's not Christian. It's not the spirit it's not the spirit, they say, there's the Christmas spirit. Well, that's Christmas spirit. It's not in regards of the Christian spirit, of truth. It's the spirit of error. It is the spirit of lying. Anyway, and then you have Easter as well, with Easter rabbits laying eggs and whatever. What does that have to do with the Bible? And we have all these, through, what is called? It usually goes back to in regards of through, what is called? Oh, I can't remember the name. What is it called when you are like through fertility things? Yeah, I think it's the word fertility in regards of these. It's not in the Bible. God has His own holy days, His own celebrations, His own feast days, but it's not those that we keep. Isn't it sad? We have had 500 years in the West to read the Bible and go back to the instructions of the Bible, and we haven't come any further than this. It's very sad. Very sad. Anyway, may Jehovah bless you. May His Son be a most precious pearl to you, and when you have it, don't let go of it, because Satan will try to take it away from you. As also Yeshua talked about in regards to the seeds landing here and landing there and landing, 4 places in total. And then, of course, may the Spirit of truth, the Spirit of the gods, Jehovah's Father and Son, be in us all. Let us stand for truth and only truth, and let us discount the lies and the errors and the deceptions out there. The more the better. The more standing for truth, trying to find out and digging into it and all that, the better. If we are not going to stand for truth, we're selling our children to the devil, to the Antichrist and the man of the number 666. We're just giving them over on a silver platter to the devil. We see people just casting the children into Satan's candy store. And let him find out for himself, or or her find out for herself, and they begin eating different kinds of candy. Now, Satan doesn't really care if you're mixing candy in Satan's candy store, as long as you're not going out of his shop. Where the name of Yeshua is, if you begin to go out the door, he will react if you are in his shop. He will try to get you back. Now, the parents that should know better by having experience of life and knowing a little about this world is the ones that should teach their children the Bible. How are we going, are we doing good on that? No, absolutely not. And how are we teaching our children, and even grown-ups believe in this lie, called evolution? It's a satanic pagan doctrine that goes far, far further back than Darwin, and nothing new under the sun. It's just the same. It's the same smelly crap. And 82%, I think it is in Denmark, which calls itself a Christian country, believes in this filthiness of evolution, that we come from apes. How do you ever fix that with the Bible? You don't. It's impossible. Because the God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, at the very beginning, around 6,000 years ago. So how are you ever going to squeeze evolution into the Bible and says, oh, it wasn't 6 days that God created the heavens and the earth. It was millions and millions of years, and man actually comes from a pool of soup that became alive by a miracle that has never been observed in a laboratory. And then over millions, actually billions of years, according to this satanic lie of evolution, here we are. And then they will try to put it in and squeeze it into the Bible, which clearly says 6 days. and we were created on the sixth day. So there's a lot of lies, a lot of deceptions out there. We have to stand for the Bible. It doesn't matter if the whole world, it's not a democracy. Yeah, do you think it was a democracy that when Jehovah destroyed all the people on earth except 8 people? Was it a democracy? No. It was a kingdom, and the king rules. And if he says something, well, so this wicked world of the old world, it turned, there was only evil continual in the hearts of men. And being evil only continual in the hearts of men, God destroyed the whole world. We don't know everything in regards to what happened at that point, but probably not. In regards to looking at the world in our days, going around transgressing the commandments of God. It was, you could get an idea that it was probably not good. So there was 8 people that was chosen, because thinking. Oh, Noah. It's just a lot of information, but Noah walked in the ways of God. I think it was something like that. So Noah found. I can't remember everything, but you read the Bible. Noah found in the eyes of God. So let's see. Let's see if we can break it up. Oh, Noah found in the eyes of the Lord. Let's see, grace, favor. I think it might be the better word. I don't know what the Hebrew word actually is, but anyway, Noah found favor in the eyes of Jehovah. So thereby 8 people survived a worldwide flood, and you have people out there saying, "Oh, it's just a local flood." No. It's just insanity. Don't listen to these people. Just read the Bible. This is outrageous, out of their mind, because people don't believe in the Bible. Many people, and they just promote these things, which is just lies. They think it's too extraordinary that God could flood the whole world. Well, I guess it's like, I couldn't have created the world in 6 days. We have to have millions and billions, We have to have this Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago exploding, and the Earth being formed around, 4.6 billion years ago or something like that. And then we have life to come about. Now, of course, the ball was a glowing ball according to this satanic thing, when the Bible says it was water. Satan has a way of flipping things around. It's the same day with Sunday and Saturday, or if it's the first day and the last day, he flips things around. It might look like on the calendar that is, just at the side of each other, but actually it's, the opposites of each other. And Satan have a way of flipping things around in regard to opposition, making it, it's very clever, very, 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 it's very deceptive. Anyway, so evolution says, it's like a glowing ball, a lava and whatever, But the Bible says it was water, that the spirit of the gods was hovering over the waters. Those waters. Anyway, so around 3.8 billion years, this pool of mud apparently became alive. A miracle that has never ever been observed in a laboratory, that non-life becomes life. But it's a satanic deception. You see, normally in science there's a cause for the effect, right? So what is the cause for the world, for creation, which is the effect of the things? We have the effect of creation. What is the logical and sensible conclusion for the cause of it? We see complex DNA code, very advanced complex DNA code. We see design everywhere. We see technology in some sense in regards of biologic, biologic or something like that. In regards of in our bodies, in insects, in animals, in plants, you have huge amount of technologies found everywhere, and we have clever, educated scientists that tries to imitate what is already created. They look to nature, which was created by the creator, to find out how, to fix things themselves, to replicate so we can use it for our own advantage, which, sometimes is not always an advantage. But anyway, in any case, who created this? Now, if we know that we now, by science, know that we have DNA code, advanced DNA code, which is information, well then, who fixed the information? Just come about out of nothing? That's not logical, it's not sensible. What is the cause of the information? Have a computer program on the computer. Do you conclude that there was no programmer that programmed the program code? No. You pretty much conclude there must be a programmer behind this program. Not that you have seen the programmer, but you can, by sensible, you can conclude that there's a programmer behind it. That's the logical conclusion, and I don't really like that word, but anyway, because it's, you can make it fail in regards of logical idea that, you could say that, there's this sentence in regards of logic that, man created logic, so logic can be, if man is, what do you call it? Oh, it's a little hard in English, I guess. It's a little long time when I toyed around with this. But that's this sentence that people learn on the higher education things in regards of logic. If man is infallible, or is it called infallible? Is that the right word? Infallible. Okay, let's see. Infallible. What's that? Let's see if I got the right word. Incapable. No. Okay, so that's okay. Man has what is called man makes mistake. Logic is man-made. Thereby, conclusion that logic could be a mistake. Something like that. So I don't really like the word logic as such. But just, in the past where Anyway, so it's more, I guess, sensible. I guess there's other words as well one could use. But in any case, just wake up, people. Open your eyes. The devil deceives the whole world. Wake up and begin to look behind the smoke screen. Stand for the truth. Stand for the truth, people. So may Jehovah bless you all. And Yeshua is God Almighty. Yeshua. He's all there. From the very beginning. You see, Yeshua said that Moses wrote about him. If that's true, that's very interesting, isn't it? Because where do you see him in his writings? Well, you might look a little closer and you might find out that Yeshua was telling the truth, that Moses was indeed writing about him. And that's very exciting and very interesting when the Bible begins to open up in those. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, have a good one, all of you. Just wanted to, fix in regards of some of the things that in regards to the flag and all that. And just hopefully people will, hopefully some people will wake up and begin to do research for themselves. Again, we waste a lot of time on movies, on which is filled with usually transgressions, normalizing sin and transgressions. Sin is transgression of God's law, and and in regards of promoting paganism, and things that is just the Roman circus, the arena. the theater of, all these things that keeps the people occupied, instead of reading the Bible and beginning to research a little, and yeah. What was like like the Roman Colosseum? You keep the people occupied, and they will be happy, and not knowing anything, and then you can just do whatever you want, because they are so focused on, a sport of some kind, and they're just so entranced in it. I think that's the right word. They're so into it. They forget about everything else. It's like it's so important for them, when it's not important at all. It's like a Fata Morgana or something like that. It has no value at all. But what is valuable is knowing who Yeshua is and growing in the Word of God. And the same thing with the computer games. What value do they have? These games of going around shooting people or whatever, usually it's in regards of war, right? Killing and war and murder and all that, and blood and sexual sins and whatever, you're using a lot of time on that, right? Think about it, like I played Diablo, in the past, and I used like 700 hours on that game. It's like 700 hours, and other, wasted a lot of time, in regards of my youth as well, playing all these games and, having fun. It was fun, but it wasn't really valuable, just being reactive in regards to the mouse and whatever, So, but anyway, people are led away from, in so many ways. There's a lot of fun stuff out there nowadays. We are pretty much having huge amount of fun stuff, and thereby we never get to read the Bible and find out what is actually in there. And then we run with all these deceptions and lies that, that they promote on us, and we just believe that because we haven't ever read the Bible for ourselves, and we never actually ask a Christian if that is true. We just run with it. It's just very sad. Oh, there's so much, this and that about Jesus, Satan really has been seemingly working overtime on this, It just seems you can't really, he's really been busy. That seems to be, and his minions. Now, of course, many of the Danish people don't believe in anything spiritual because they are believing atheists. And it is a belief because you believe that there is no God, no creator. You don't know for certain if that is true or not. Or at least, maybe they think they actually do. But anyway, because that's in regards of an agnostic as well, the word agnostic. Any case, it becomes a belief. Even if you think you're certain that God does not exist, it still becomes a belief. It has, it's something that you believe. And many of those also believe in evolution. That's what I did. I was a believing atheist and an evolutionist. I didn't believe in demons and spirits and all that, but then I got into the occult and experienced some of the things which I really can't discount because I was there. I have experienced the things myself. So it's, you can't really say it's not there because it is. But of course, if you are already on Team Satan as an atheist, why should Satan try to, get you away from that belief? He already have you. You're already promoting his ways, the broad way to destruction that leads to destruction. He already have you away from the narrow road, and you're promoting it, When you find out, evolution is promoted everywhere, which usually, gets together with atheism. I just, you have the promotion all everywhere, and people, they're already doing the work for Satan. So again, why should Satan try to make a mess out of it in some, he just tries to keep you on the broad road, and not find out who Yeshua actually is. Anyway, so again, you're already working for him, and as you don't believe in him, he doesn't even need to pay you, It's free work for Satan, So anyway, have a good one, all of you. I'm getting off to, or I'm getting on a line here, so I should close it down. Have a wonderful day. I talked a little too long, and study the Bible. Just study the Bible. Find out who Yeshua is. Don't believe anyone, including me. Test the things. Begin to do some digging, and again, you never know who's a wolf in sheep clothing, And if you don't test these and begin to research, and you're just like pray for the wolves. Yep. Have a good one. Bye bye. Shalom.